Hey, collective, it's Anne Marie. Happy Sunday. We got spirit. Yes, we do. We got spirit. How about you? Listen, pride took me out. I got there about 9:30 and didn't get home until like 3. It's a long day. And me and Sarah, I have to say, we were the ones holding, we had a huge banner. We held it the whole march and danced and sang and we did all kinds of shit. Anyway, and so, I was going to stay in today because I just need to rest, and Galaxy was really enjoying just being with his mama because he really doesn't give a shit. There's all kinds of drama going on outside the apartment, but, we started a new job. We got a lot of things going on these next couple of weeks, and so we're getting where we fit in. And before we start the reading, I'd like to say Happy Father's Day to all of the fathers, grandfathers, pappies, adoptive fathers, stepdaddies, the fathers that are in heaven, that like my father is, and of course all my dog daddies and all my cat daddies, my fur baby daddies. I like to wish you all a happy Father's Day. And you know what, if you had a not good connection with your father like I didn't, or if you've had a toxic connection, may you find peace and healing and growth through the unfortunate circumstances of not having a father that you deserved to have. Alrighty. So, do we want to do the vibe or what lies beneath? Okay, what's the vibe? What is the vibe? Thank you to my high vibrating ancestors, spirit guides, divines and beings, a source of light energy. Sorry, we're at the park and this is the only place to come and sit, and so there's tons of people here. Okay, sorry. Now that we're 2 minutes in. Okay. All right. Thank you to my high vibrating ancestors, spirit guides, divines and beings, a source of light energy. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, Mother Earth, Mother Gaia, for being here. What is the vibe? Okay, okay. These cards have been waiting to talk, aren't they? Okay. So someone is very puzzled, confused, perplexed, conflicted. It's very conflicted. Laughter, happiness, joy, healing. Then we have daydreaming, head in the clouds, delusional, hopes and dreams. Growth looks good on you, doesn't it? This new version of yourself has a lot of people perplexed and kind of confused. When you know. So when you do a certain type of healing, in the root healing, when you dig deep, right? And you heal certain wounds, and you walk with purpose, and you have boundaries, and like all of those things. It encompasses a lot, and the scale is a large scale here. But you glow different, right? You walk different. You hold your head up high. You talk to yourself different. Your connection to yourself is different, and it shows. And so you're showing this new joy, this laughter of healing and growth. Not to say you're where you want to be, possibly the very end. You're not where you want to be. However, where you're at now in your life is the furthest you've ever come to your growth and your healing and being at a place of peace within your life. And it's like seeping out of your pores, right? You can walk down the street and people can just see that glow on you. They can feel your energy. They can feel that about you. And this has a lot of people conflicted and perplexed. Obviously, people from your past, or maybe people that are still in your current life that maybe need to be removed, but take what resonates and leave the rest. But you have these people perplexed and confused because they put you into this box that you were this type of person. Let's say you used to always, drink a lot, or used to always be in toxic connections, or used to always be a people pleaser, or you would always go out of your way to make sure everybody was happy and had a good time, or you really overexerted yourself in people's lives. And now that you are truly standing 10 toes down, this just wasn't a phase. It wasn't like you read some health, some guru book or some mental health book, or you took a course and you're like, it worked for like a couple weeks. Like you're standing 10 toes down on this new you. And it has a lot of people perplexed because they're used to you being in this box, right? They're used to you acting and moving a certain way. And you're like, bitch, I'm standing 10 toes down because you love yourself now. You're finding true worth within your soul and your spirit. It's having these people, very conflicted and perplexed. Some of them are still kind of delusional and have these hopes and dreams that you'll come back to them. So there may be some people, let's look at this. There may be some people that are trying to do certain kind of tactics, kind of get you back in their energy or to kind of reel you back in. And we talk about that a lot. And you'd be so surprised. These master manipulators or these ex-narcissists or these toxic people, and whether they realize it or not, it's not, it's not about them. But these people like really try to reach, like when they see you pulling away, they may try to spin narratives or try to get you caught up. Like, oh, I saw Joe at the supermarket. They may just ring you up, right? Ring you up. They may just give you a call and say, hey, I saw Joe at the supermarket and he said blah, blah, blah. You'll just kind of reel you back in. I don't know why Spirit gave me that example. Grocery stores or something out in the park. What's this vibe card is in the middle of this one? Yeah. It's time for you to nurture and give back. Mentorship. Okay. You've gained so much wisdom through these last couple years, the stuff that you've been through. You've gained a higher, it's not something you could read in a book. It's a life lesson. And we know this, but it's like, until you've really gone through something, you may be able to read about certain things in life, but until you actually experience it, you see the deeper workings of it. And I'll just use an example of, I've always worked with the homeless population, right? I've worked with a lot of population of people, but a big part of my life has been working with people who were homeless, right? And I thought I had a good grasp on it as a social worker and just as a community advocate. However, once I became homeless and I saw all the challenges that are unspoken that a lot of homeless people face, it brought a whole new light to things for me, right? And so it could be anything. It could be like people around you never had divorce, but now that you've been divorced, or now you got out of a narcissistic relationship or abusive relationship or whatever it is, once you got out of people pleasing, you have this deeper wisdom that nobody else around you has. And that's also what's perplexing them. Show me more, Spirit, about, because this one looks like this one wants to kind of flip up right here. Okay. All right. Because you have a legacy. The hair. Here. Succession, legacy, lineage, descendant. Right. That's exactly what this is for you. This is about building your legacy, giving back, mentoring, the wisdom that you carry. No one has ever had your experiences. We may each have been homeless or each been an addict, but my experiences are way different than yours, right? So that gives us a special kind of wisdom. And there's all kinds of false prophets out there, first of all, that will read book about trauma and say they're a trauma worker, right? We know a lot of those, right? They're all on these apps, right? These coaches. No offense to anybody who calls himself a coach, okay? It's a social work thing. We got a thing in this about people calling themselves coaches because they think, there's a lot of workings that go on with human behavior. But, these people who read books and they're very well read and they can regurgitate information, but they don't have the knowledge and the wisdom, the lived experience. And Spirit is saying is that now that you have this lived experience, it's time to take it to the next step. What's the next step? How can you share this wisdom and be a mentor for others? This isn't about how can you make money off of your story. This is, and we all need to make money, but this is when you, and I always tell people this all the time, when you lead with good intentions and you're patient and your intentions are pure, your needs will be met. It may take some time. It takes a little bit of time when you do things the right way. But when you lead with love and have good intentions, but Spirit is saying it's time for you to start giving back and recognizing that all the wisdom you had, all your experiences you've had, everything that you've gone through, it's time to bring it forward to the next generation or to the people in your community or people on social media. They need to hear your story. How did you overcome that? Now, for a lot of us, it's not like a step-by-step thing. We can't really explain it because it was just messages from the divine, right? Well, for me, it was Mother Nature and my ancestor spirit guides just giving me clicks after click after click to move certain ways. It's following intuition. But there's still something in there in that wisdom that you carry about the steps that you took, even if they're not concrete. A way of being, a way of doing. And Spirit is saying it's time for you to take that leap and become the mentor in your, not just in your own life, but to those around you and to those, possibly you have social media and social media and start to give back. Your voice has power. And when we speak our truth, to anyone about anything, it takes the power away, and then it brings in the energy that's meant for us. I hope you're healthy and happy and full of joy.